For you guys and for myself, I'm going through the Great Cholesterol Myth, which I didn't finish on the board there. So notes from the cholesterol myth. Notes from the Great Cholesterol Myth. Let me get the book right. Legal disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I don't play one on TV. Consult with your healthcare professional, is what I legally have to say. And everything I've read in the Great Cholesterol Myth so far agrees with everything else I've seen. If it didn't, I would let you know. If I ever think anything I've said in the past changes or wrong, I will let you know. So from everything I've seen, high cholesterol means what? What does high cholesterol mean? Everything I've seen, high cholesterol doesn't mean anything. Yeah, absolutely, they tell you it does. Same thing from everything I've seen, high LDL means nothing. It's neither one of those are an indicator of longevity or health. So if those are zero indicators of health and longevity, would it be a good idea to take cholesterol-lowering medication? Absolutely not. Even if you had some other indications that it was an issue, I would still say cholesterol-lowering medications is not the answer. As I go over some ideas that are good indicators of health and longevity, keep in mind the connection between heart disease and things like insulin resistance, pre-diabetic, diabetic, because they are directly correlated. One excellent indicator of health and longevity, and if you go the other way with it, indicator for risk for heart disease or risk for diabetes, is when your waist around your belly button is less than half your height, which is the formula up there. So if I give the example, all right, if you're 5'4", that's 64 inches, half of that is 32. So your goal would be to keep if you were 5'4", to keep your waist under 32 inches. Higher than that, the higher you go from there, the higher your risk is for diabetes, the higher your risk is for heart disease. How about high triglycerides? High triglycerides means, what do you think, Aitza? Yeah, I kind of conditioned you with the other ones. No, high triglycerides means trouble. High triglycerides is an excellent indicator of health and longevity if they're good, and if they're bad, it's a very good indicator towards risk of diabetes, risk of heart disease, other trouble. So you definitely want to make sure your triglycerides are in check. And how would you do that? You got high triglycerides. What are some things you probably want to do? Yeah, get your belly. Yeah, work your exercise, work your eating to get your belly fat down, get your body fat percentage in the right range. Yep, clean eating. Another excellent indicator of health and longevity is when you get your blood work or look back at your blood work, triglycerides divided by HDL. So triglycerides divided by HDL should be less than or equal to 2. If it's greater than or equal to 3, then high risk of heart disease, high risk of diabetes. Who should be concerned about diabetes and heart disease? Thank you, Michelle. Yes. Yes. And I'm not talking, definitely don't want anybody to be paranoid and worried. But yes, I would say as a culture, we should all be concerned because diabetes is affecting about, depending on how you look at the stats, probably at least 100 million people in this country, a third of this country, and it's still rising. Heart disease even more. Yeah, so it's a big factor. That is completely both of those are diabetes 2 and heart disease are definitely all lifestyle diseases. Meaning we're doing it to ourselves. So keep that going. So who has the power to not be one of those statistics? Everybody. And part of that is being here, eating right, living right. Yeah. What are some big, accurate risks for? Let me say not risks. What are some big causes for heart disease? We talked about the other day. They're up on the board actually. Right there. sugar, stress, inflammation, oxidation. Those are the things we need to be concerned about. While this country's been focused on low calorie and low fat, what happened to diabetes? Skyrocketed. What happened to heart disease? Skyrocketed. What happened to cancer? Skyrocketed. And everything I've seen there, it's not just, it is a direct cause and effect. It's definitely directly correlated. So, you guys know better. You're definitely not to focus on low fat, but actually the other way around. Get your healthy fats. And rather than focus on calories, focus on the right foods. And you definitely want to make sure that you control your sugar and your stress and your inflammation and your oxidation. In talking about some of that stuff, I've heard a couple of people, I can't control my stress. What's going to happen to that person most likely? Yeah, exactly. They're headed for a heart attack or stroke sooner than later. Yeah. So, yes, do we tend to live in a stressful environment and a lot of social pressure and pressure from ourselves to go? But yeah, we all can and really need to. And that's definitely a reminder for myself just as much as anybody. And a little bit of frustration is a good thing if it keeps you on track and keeps the struggle going in the right way and keeps you on track and gets you back on track.